Good day, ma'am. Before I start, let me first introduce myself. I'm Lady May Patak, a BSHM 2A student. So for today's topic is about the theory of management in business and industry. Chapter 3. Sound practices and fundamental principles. The meaning of management. The word management is derived from the Italian word maneggiare, which means to train horses or literally to handle. From the French words manager, meaning to direct a household, to, to economize, and manager, an act of guiding or leading. Economically, therefore, it means to handle, direct economically, guide, and lead. Attributes of the term management. In the same way that the word organization may be defined to mean either a group of individuals and factors and the relationships of or to the process itself. The term management can also assume varying shades of meaning. Thus, it is common practice to refer to the executive or office official of a company as the management of that company. When we read in the newspapers that the laborers of a firm declared a strike because of the high-handed attitude of management, we think of management as the group which determines policy and conducts exclusive action. Again, management may denote a field of activity. In this sense, management is the activity or process which coordinates, directs, and controls the activities of all other parts. Who is management? Traditionally, management means one individual or a small group of key people who make the significant decisions and keep the policy-making power and function as an absolute power over the organization. In a sole proprietorship, it would be the owner. In a big company, it would be the directors or key executives. What is a good management? A management is considered good when competent men are placed as heads of the departments, when these men are responsible for and are in control of all activities, and when they work as a team under the leadership of a strong executive. A management is also good when changes in business activities could be affected on short notice. For example, there were many companies in the United States during the Second World War which on short notice had to liquidate their normal businesses and convert the production or new war products, and quite frequently on a scale many times greater than the former production. The above-mentioned effective changes were the result of intelligent planning, capable performance, and fine teamwork, in other words, good management. When is management considered successful? Management is said to be successful when it makes industry efficient, and this efficiency is measured concretely in terms of quality and quantity of products produced with the minimum efforts of the least possible cost. Functions of management. The function of management are said to be the weaving together of the various parts so that all factors will function properly and all persons will cooperate for the common purpose. Specifically, management has the following functions. Number 1. Planning is a methodic technology of looking ahead in order to meet work requirements and to reduce the amount of mental efforts required while the work is being done. It is a continuing process, a constant reviewing of future requirements in order to know what to do today. Planning emphasizes prevention rather than correction of delays, to anticipate to them something about the delay rather than to wait for the delay to take place before applying remedies. Number 2, coordinating implies the smooth working together of the different composing elements. It aims toward a perfect meshing of or a harmonious adjustment among the elements employed. Coordination means concurrence in purpose and performance to secure harmony in action toward a common end. A good illustration of coordination is that a symphony orchestra in which various musical sound of any instruments consisting of different tones, qualities, and pitches are all coordinated or blended together resulting in smooth, melodious music. Lack of coordination would result in a cacophony of noise and not music. 3. We have directing, means the pointing of all efforts toward the known objective. Management directs the basic elements so that they have a bearing straight upon the objectives and the lines of actions along which the enterprise is to move are set up. Direction gives guidance and points out the course to be followed. Fourth, we have control. Includes the restraining, checking, and motivating influences exercises by the management. Control requires a knowledge of what is being done, what should be done, and what to do. In the light of the foregoing consideration ascribed to the word management, the following definitions may be arrived at. First, management is the art and science of organizing, preparing, and directing human efforts applied to control the forces and to utilize the materials of nature for the benefit of man. Second, management is the development of people and not the direction of things. Third, management is the scientific utilization of men, money, and materials to accomplish a desired purpose. Fourth, management is simply stated and defined as the getting of things done through the efforts of other people. Relationship between management and organization. In the previous chapter and in the preceding decision, we mentioned the different and varying definition of organization and management. However, in actual usage, say in the operation of business concerns, they are generally interchangeable, changed, or jointly and inseparably applied. Organization, for instance, is considered as the relationship of the structural elements in business, including the individuals to carry on the work to accomplish the desired purpose, and management as the planning, directing, controlling, and coordinating of those elements. Again, organization refers to the structure or form of enterprise and the arrangement of all parts thereof in a manner suitable for use in service, while management includes all those in charge of the direction of the work of others. Those who will see to it that the parts of so arranged and structured are used in service to best advantage. The structural factors, better remembered as the 5 M's, are men, materials, machine, methods, and money. These are utilized by management or coordinated, directed, and controlled in order to get work performed or accomplished. Advantage of proper use of system. System, when properly applied, has the following advantage. First, system is the introduction of order and method wherever it is applied. Such an advantage is apparent in any office considering the chaos that would reign if there were no system of filling correspondence, records, and other data, and instead everything were allowed to lie around in any place or one is put over the other as it comes. When, for instance, a certain correspondence have to be referred to, it would take a long time to locate it, thus resulting in unnecessary loss of time and efforts. 2. Everyday work becomes routine through a system. Routine work flows along regular channels and can be handled by less experienced workers, as the planning required for its performance has been done for them. Of course, there is the danger of routine become institutionalized and for constructive change to be effected only after extreme efforts. Nevertheless, system properly used has this advantage. 3. System permits those in authority to devote their time and effort to more important work such as planning, attending the major problems, searching for new markets and products, and the like. Comparatively speaking, about 90% of the work in the average business concerns may be classed as routine and once planned can be safely done by subordinates through the effective system. 4. System aids in the control and reduction of cost. A system based upon a certain purpose and comprehensive plan of action removes doubt and promotes certainty, thus through cost can be known and controlled. A system promotes smooth running, therefore may unnecessary cost can be eliminated. Rules of applying system. In considering the advantages gained by the use of system, one must be careful not to consider system as a total cure for all industrial ills. Many managers in the past have become so interested in system that they lost sight of the objective to be gained by this use of system. The result was the development and use of a complicated system so full of red tape which more than defeats the very objective of instituting it. The following are the few simple rules that may be used for guidance. Always have in mind that system is a mechanism or an aid of management, a means toward an end, but not the end in itself. Number 1. System used in a particular concern should reflect a basic general plan. Each department heads are allowed to devise their own system, irrespective of the needs of other departments and of the concern as a whole. Such will inevitably result to duplicate of effort, waste, and internal friction. In order, therefore, to secure fullest cooperation and to meet the needs of all, the basic general plan should be devised through the joint efforts of the heads of all departments and under the guidance of someone with sufficient authority to pass judgment over the system as a whole before putting it into practice. The success of the application of any system, however perfect in itself, cannot succeed without the necessary cooperation. 2. A system must represent a definite and useful purpose. In other words, any system that has outgrown its usefulness should be discarded. There should be conscious recognition that system can be changed if the need for improvement arises. 3. Maintaining a system must prove worth its cost. Frequently, a system may help materially in producing the desired result, but at such a cost that it becomes a cure worse than the disease. This is a case where the company is system perfect, but it becomes bankrupt due to the cost of maintaining its system. A system should be clear, simple, easily understood, and adequate to fit the need, but involving the least expenditures of time and effort. 5. There should be frequent periodic checking. This periodic examination of a system will enable management to find out whether the system is still accomplishing the desired usefulness and whether the rules have been carried out as expected. Basic principle of management. There has been development in the field of management a body of principle to be applied in the conduct of business. These fundamental principles have been developed through years of practical experience. They can be applied in the conduct of any business, large or small, partnership or corporation, industrial or commercial, for they are based upon the understanding or truth that in their fundamental objectives and operation all businesses are alike. It is application of the principle that is varied to suit the needs of individual business. The following principles, formulated some years ago, are considered fundamental to the successful conduct of any business enterprise. First, the principle of policy making. Definite, clear-cut policy are essential to effective management. Company policies should be formulated at the inception of the business enterprise. Policies designate the aims of the business. They are general plans of actions for the conduct of operations. They are the standards set for the guidance of management. Policies define the true interests of the company, the ideals to be achieved, and outline broadly the method to be used in their accomplishment. 2. The principle of improvement and adjustment. To be successful, a business must advance. It cannot remain dormant. The management of a company is responsible for the continual development of the business. In any industrial concern, management must be always on the alert to improve the product or service and to keep abreast with the progress of the industry as a whole. Otherwise, the business itself and its profit sooner or later will be in the hands of the more progressive competition. The principle of balance. To ensure proper development of business and efficiency in operation, a company must be entirely well balanced. If one function in a business is given attention more than the other functions, the business shall get out of balance. It is the duty of the chief executive to keep the company as a whole in balance. On the other hand, it is the duty of each department head to keep the various units in their department in balance. 4. The principle of relationship of task and accomplishment. A person works best and accomplishes most when he is given a definite job to be completed in a given time, the work being of a nature for which he is mentally and physically suited. The broad application of this principle is demonstrated in selective employment, by means of which management endeavors to find the person best fitted for the work, who can be chosen through the use of job specification, taking into consideration the training and experience of each applicant. 5. The principle of individual effectiveness. Individual effectiveness is increased through training and improved working conditions. Selection of employees is initially the important factors to consider, but no matter how well selected an employment is, his performance is still capable of improvement. 6. The principle of simplicity. All elements which are not essential to successful operation should be eliminated, and all those retained should be applied in the simplest way. This principle of effective organization is also a principle of sound management. 7. The principle of specialization. Specialization refers to the narrowing of the field of activity. In medicine, a general practitioner would treat all diseases that may affect a person, but physicians who specialize narrow their field of or activity. Thus, physician may specialize or limit himself to disease of the eyes, ears, nose, and throat. 8. The principle of standardization. A standard is a norm, rule, model, size, type, equality, or measure which is set up, established such that future things or activities will be expected to conform to it. 9. The principle of financial incentives. A wage system to be effective should provide fair standards or accomplishment such that individuals are recommended on the basis of the accomplishment in relation to the standard set for the task or task of work. 10. The principle of human relatives. 11. The principle of planning. In order to satisfactory 12. The principle of controlling. Planning is of little value and 13. The principle of cooperation. 14. The principle of leadership. Wise leadership is the most important single factor in successful operation. 15. The principle of delegation of authority and responsibility. 16. The principle of utilization of executive ability. And that's all for today's topic, and I hope you understand and gain knowledge to it. Thank you and God bless.